Morning. Good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're seeing this. What's up? Take thou. Yeah. So cleaned up a little bit this morning. I cleaned the house up a little bit this morning. We've been away for a little bit. Yeah. I had a thought just now. Make sure I phrase this. I'm not trying to offend. I don't know. Anyways, it won't offend anyone. Offend anyone. It won't offend anyone. Be careful of the information you receive and you retain and you soak in. A kind of it's like an inception kind of thing, a matrix kind of thing. Be careful of the news bearers and the news that's being given to you. So the news, the information that's given to you, be careful. Look at the intentions behind it. Perfect example of is this child rearing, child bringing up, and child raising, whatever you want to call it. I was listening to a guy talk about it. He's like, be careful how you treat a child. Be careful how, because what you're trying to convey and what you're conveying is two different things. Remember, communication is 80%, 80+% nonverbal. So, right? So, kids don't understand the verbal part. So, how do they communicate with you? By every other aspect: facial expressions, pitch of voice, hand movements, body expression, etc. Right? He was saying that if you tell a child to stop crying, they're hurt, they're sad, they're crying, you tell them to sit down, shut up, and you kind of put them in timeout. Yes, your intentions are saying like, hey, we don't want that action, right? Because we don't want you showing out when something goes wrong or you're hurt. He said, but think about what you're showing. He's saying in their most vulnerable moment, in their most upset, hurt moment, you're distancing yourself. Let me think now, and that's not once neither side is 100% true. So there's moments where you have to create boundaries and moments where you have to, comfort. But be careful the information that you're receiving, because same way with verbal. I can tell you something and give you bits and pieces of it. And this is not a religious thing. I'm gonna use the Bible. You can get bits and pieces of the Bible, the Quran, the Bible, whatever. I'm gonna start looking at some of the books because I always say this: Hindu, Shinite, Judaism, all these religions have some type of literature, and you can get bits and pieces of it and shape a whole different narrative than what it's actually saying. And then on top of that, different interpretation, different perspectives, different language barriers. Be careful what you're receiving. And how did this roll into like entrepreneur, building businesses and all that stuff? Because of the parameters that are put up on yourself, because of what was taught to you or was told to you or how to think, are stopping so many people from being successful, or stopping so many people from living their lives, or keeping them in bondage, or keeping them in a perpetual state of servitude and slavery, mental slavery, or indentured servant. If you want to say that, oh, we're making money, yes, but are you truly living your best life? And because money's not everything, it's like making sure that you're free to think, to move, and like especially in America, make sure you're free to think and move and grow. I have not explored internationally by far. That's one of my goals. I want to get more understanding of the world firsthand. I speak to several different international people, talk to them, listen to their stories, go into their culture, try to understand them, and that's what I love. That I love people. That's why the first thing is always show love, God's love through all that. and that's a whole, like I said, a whole nother topic about God and why I say God and things of that sort. Uh, but mentally, protect your mind. Protect your mind. Even if you think, like I was talking to a friend the other day. Make sure you can hear me. I was talking to a friend the other day, and I was telling him like rituals that I do are habits. We would call them habits, rituals, things, or sayings that are idioms that I say on a regular basis. A couple of friends and I that grew up together, we question it all the time. We're like, hey, why do we say this? Why do we do this? Why is this? Because it didn't mean it is how it was all the time, but what's the reason behind it? And that's the thing in my mind. We start like every year we see about two. It's cut down now because we question everything. But I mean, like every year is still like I would say 2 to 5 things that we're like, yo, why do we say this? Why do we do this? And like, I grew up in the country, in the country area, which is still the idiom, but the rural, or how you want to call it, the area where it's not very populated. You got farm animals, crops, uh, yeah, a lot of land spaced out. I grew up in that kind of area, so we have called country sayings, or country idioms, or country talk, what we call it. It's a dialect that you say different things, and you have little sayings, and we joke about it all the time. But it always got me thinking, like, words have power. How you position words have power. How you Words have feelings. Because there's several times I was not able to describe in detail the wording of what a saying meant, but I had the feeling from it. I know how it made me felt. I know how it made me react. And I know how it made me do something after that. So, like I said, be careful because the power of the tongue is powerful. The power of the tongue is just power in the tongue. So yeah, be careful of the information that you receive. Be careful of the information you hear. Be careful of the information that you allow to go into your soul. Be careful of the information because, like I said, it goes into the whole. I'm still working on this word versus concern thing. But also fear. Like, fear is a way to control so many things, and fear can be embedded in like almost a multi-layer thing. Sometimes you have to peel back this onion of what's being told to you, 3 and 4 and 5 different layers, and you find fear behind it. It's like how many times I found like, oh, you're trying to make me move this way by saying this, this, and this, and this. You're trying to make me go this way by saying this, this, and this, and this. And also, you making me worry about my family, make me worry about my livelihood. Like a lot of things are predicated on fear, like a structure, like this whole called civilized structure. Look into it. Look into it. Like I'm not saying that I've dove deep into it, but it's like just thinking about it, like how to make sure you mentally free yourself and see the bigger picture and start seeing things. So like, think just allowing yourself that space helps you grow, helps you get to another level, helps you move, helps you build. Breaking those bonds. There's a lot of people making a lot of money out here. There's a lot of people living good lives out here. There's a lot of people freeing up, and you're looking at them like, how are you doing it? And a lot of it, I feel, from what a lot of what people I'm seeing are just freed from the bondage, free from the lies that I've been told, and and it's no reason why you can't find examples out here anymore because it's all over the place. YouTube, the internet, everything is showing you like the stuff is being told left and right. You just gotta read it. Don't allow others to take so much of your time that you're not building yourself up. That's a big thing. You hear what I'm saying? Don't allow others to take so much of your time that you don't have time to build yourself, build your knowledge, build your wealth. And wealth is not just money. Understand that. I'm off my soapbox, but that's the biggest tip I could say. Don't allow others to take your time so much that you can't build yourself. You just living. You're just going through life, and you're not soaking in everything you can soak in. I know this is not like this is just a thought. Like I said, I had this morning. I'm just listening, and it was just coming to me, and I believe that the biggest part I heard was, and this is like I said, I'm someone not religious. I would say. I'm not in a sense of like routines and all that, but I'm religious. I would say I find another word, spiritual maybe. Like God, like I believe in God. Anyways, One big thing I've realized, like it hit me for years. Is like it's been in my mind a lot, and it forms in different ways every year. So it's not like I came to this conclusion. But I mean, flirting with this thought. It's all the why are we putting parameters on God? If God is so powerful, God is so omniscient, how do you think we know so much about God? Like, why do you think we, like, man trying to say that they understand so well about God? You don't know what God's gonna do, and start and like, so be careful how people use God to manipulate you too. Be careful. Gods, goddesses, any of that. Be careful. Yeah, just be careful of the information you receive. Be careful of the information that's given to you. Research, find out solutions, take time, stop watching TV, stop doing all this stuff to distract you from actually understanding. Now, I'm not saying don't ever watch TV. I watch movies and stuff like that all the time. I spend time with family, I go out and do stuff, especially pre-pandemic. But just don't take some time a day, a week. Just start taking time once a week or twice a week, and just dive and, like, hey, if you have questions, question it. Look into it. Do some research. Don't just fill your time with other people's inventions and other people's distractions. Best way to put it. All right, I'm out. You know the habits. Morning night routine, which is being hampered by the knee. Knee's feeling a lot better, not better today. We're gonna start Friday, Saturday, probably Friday. Start working out on it. Working out my knee, building it back up because I need to start. I need to get out there and start help marketing too. Two. I need to. We got agenda. Look at the agenda throughout the day. Doing that, and have have 1 hour or less of unproductive media. Goals: listen when God speaks. I'm just talking about that. Listen when God speaks, so I can show God's love to everyone, not just people that agree with me or believe what I believe. To have a nationwide franchise lawn care company with that same mantra, employing a lot of other people. That's a whole nother subject about that. But not subject, whole nother talk. But employment and things of that sort. And why they want us to keep fighting each other. And then that's not this type of videos, so because that can get you in trouble. 3. What was it? That took me all the way off. See what y'all made me do. And the third one is have great relationships with families and help siblings better their best. Fourth one is 80% completion of tasks each week. 80% completion of tasks each week. As always, love others, love yourself enough to be with yourself. Love yourself enough to be with your thoughts. Love yourself enough to question thoughts, question rituals, question habits, question what you've been taught. Love yourself enough to dig deep and be the best version of yourself. Be all you can be. And like I said, and then make the rest of your life the best of your life. Make the rest of your week the best of the week. Make the rest of your day the best of your day. Peace.